Welcome to our podcast. I'm Iris from the Hair Chapel in Brisbane. We know hair, we understand business, and we drink wine.
My name's Meg, owner of Era Hair in Brisbane also. We're here to have fun. We're here to laugh about the sad truth and reality of running business, running our chaotic lives and making it all work.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to the first episode.
Yeah, welcome to the first episode.
So Iris and I, Meg, have decided to go ahead and join the ranks of the cast of thousands in the podcast world.
That's correct, yes.
Why are we so insane, Iris?
I know, right? There's so many that already exist, and why are we adding another one to it? Well, basically because we're going to share our experience to the world. What have we got to offer? Well, we've got so much to offer. We have a business, a salon. That is what it's all about. We start with the hair part here. So we've got hair salons, and we can share our experiences. I've been in all realms of hairdressing. For years.
Different.
Over 30 years
Wow.
I've been in the hairdressing industry, so that's really a long time. I've also worked all over the world as well. So I've worked, I'm Belgian, so I started my career off in Belgium, and then I worked on the cruise ships, so pretty much all over the world then. I also then moved to the UK, had a salon in the UK, had an amazing salon I worked for in the UK. And then eventually we decided to move to Australia, and here I am. Have had a few salons here, had a home salon. So I can talk about a lot of stuff when it comes to business and hair.
I feel like Australia's probably one of the best places.
Oh, for sure. It's completely different. You wake up, well, in Queensland, we're in Queensland as well. We have to add that. We wake up and it's nearly always sunny, and it's always good weather.
Speak for yourself.
I know.
think it's because you're from Belgium. I think I'm freezing. Queensland winter, I'm still cold.
Okay, it's still cold, but during the day it's still like 20 degrees. That's still warm, right?
okay.
That's winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
With a jacket.
With a jacket. Yeah, sometimes. So, yeah.
And then you have to tell me about cruise ships. I'm so intrigued.
Great time.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I wanted to earn money whilst I was traveling.
Yeah.
Because I had no money. So the best option was to go and work on the cruise ships doing hair, because I had a trade, I could do that. And it was great. I did that for about 3 years. I went all over the world. I did the Caribbean, America, Mexico, Europe. And it was hard work. It taught me something that you don't know about yourself. You know, I was 22. I was taken away from my family, my roots, my comfort zone, and you get trusted in this completely weird and different environment that does not exist on land. And a normal work day is not a 9 to 5 on a cruise ship. You start at 8 and you finish at 10. You might have a 2-hour lunch break. And you also work 7 days a week. So it's 7 days a week. If you hit your target or your commission, you could get 4 hours off or maybe 1 day off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
What would you do with 4 hours? Just sleep.
Sleep. Yeah. Because then at night you have to party.
Oh, I have to.
Have to, right? So, and that was real life. So during the day, you know, if you had a few hours, you went out, you had a few bevies, and
Backed it up the next day.
yeah, and backed it up. This is it.
mean,
You know,
you're
you showed
young.
up. Exactly, and you are young. It's a job for young people, and I met some amazing people on there. Really good people. Yeah, and still friends with them right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And then tell me how different hairdressing in Australia is as opposed to anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. So very different. When I used to work on the cruise ships, the majority of times in the beginning, we had American people. Oh my God, completely different hairdressing in the day. They all want volume, lots of volume.
Oh, hi, the hair to Jesus. I love that. I saw that.
High hair.
I want high hair all the time.
So I definitely learned about volume. And then in the UK, I worked in, like I said, a beautiful salon. My boss there was called Pauline, and her salon is called Strands. And the most amazing boss, right? I learned from her so much. Like I said, the person that I want to be. And then I opened my own salon in the UK, took a leaf out of her book, run my salon exactly the way she did it, and was pretty much successful straight away.
Yeah.
And I had a big team. I had about 10 people in the salon. So straight away, I went in all out. And then my husband came home one day and said, "That's it, I'm moving to Australia." And I go, "Okay,
Let's go.
let's go." I'm a doer. I'm not a talker. So in motion, and sold our salon and moved to Australia. I landed in Australia, and 3 days later I had a job as a hairdresser. I also worked in an amazing job. Again, I've been lucky. I worked for these two amazing salon owners, Pink Ginger, and I was there for a while, but I wanted another baby.
Yeah.
So that wasn't working out for me, so I quit.
Yeah.
I just thought I need to look after myself.
Yeah. Wish you guys all the best.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
you guys,
yeah.
But I need to go do my own show.
My own show. That's exactly right. And then,
Especially when you're used to doing, sorry,
yeah.
but
No.
you know, when you're used to running your own show, it is hard to pivot and work for someone else.
Exactly
and it's
right.
Not that their systems and processes are flawed or anything like that. It's just that
Yeah.
you like kind of being the boss.
yes, exactly right. So I thought, I do a little bit of hair in my free time, but I really wanted to concentrate on me. Now, unfortunately, the baby thing didn't mature for me. I have one beautiful girl, and that was it. So I thought, right, if that's not going to happen, I'm going to start another salon. And I came home with another salon that day.
Yeah.
So I started a salon in Australia then, and I run my salon exactly the same as I run it in the UK, and that didn't work.
Yeah.
It was
You had to pivot.
completely different. So I tried that for 3 years. But in those days, there was a lot of casual people. I wanted to offer full-time, permanent. People didn't want permanent, and if they wanted permanent, they wanted to be paid casual rates. I had to get my head
Isn't
around.
that wild?
Yeah, yes.
Wait, so people didn't want full-time permanent employee?
They wanted casuals.
They wanted casual.
But then they didn't want to be treated like a casual. They wanted to have full-time hours as a casual, or
Because they really just wanted the casual pay.
Yes, that's correct.
But all the full-time benefits.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
I want my grass on the other side. And
so
I want
cake and eat it.
Yeah, cake and eat it. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really struggled with that. And we were also one of the first salons that came in that gave a full service. So we didn't do just a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every service had a shampoo, a massage, a full blow dry cut with it. So we never let anybody walk out with wet hair. But apparently here that was the town thing. That's what people wanted to walk out with wet hair. They're just like, no, I want just a cut.
Is it because they're trying to save money, or is it because they...
Well, and this is it. This is where I had to find out. And this is, again, where do you sit yourself in the industry? Where do you belong in the industry? So I needed to learn that where my salon was, a lot of the demographic there was, I just want to have a cut and I don't want to pay for that,
for
anything else. So then I started to shift to, so it was completely different.
You had to learn to get the right clientele.
That's correct. Yes, the right clientele, but also the right staff.
Right, yeah.
So that is where I had the staff. Yeah. So there was a whole different way I had to go, that I had to go about it. So after 3 years, I just got rid of the salon. I closed down. That was it. I had enough. And then I set up a salon at home, a nice high-end salon. That's what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And
it's hard doing a high-end salon at home though, right? Like,
I think that, again, the
you're
world
like, not
is
for me.
Well, not for me, but also not for. I know some really lovely high-end home salon.
Achieved it.
Yeah, they have achieved it. I think for the moment there's a really shift in the industry where people are boutique, luxurious salons at home, and they do a very high-end product with a good value attached to the good value model. So I think the notion of going to a home salon is going to be cheaper. It's not the case.
Well,
I'm not saying that doesn't exist.
But you're not paying for that, right?
No.
And that's a story for another day.
That's correct.
But like you've got to get what you pay. Like,
Exactly right. If you're going to have a home salon, you need to also distinguish yourself. You're going to be a cheap one.
Yeah.
You're going to be just like hang your head over the sink. Yeah.
Just cuts in my garage.
Yes. $20 for a haircut.
Yeah.
Or are you going to give an exclusive service to the people?
Yeah.
And this is where I started to build up my clientele, and that's how as I had more knowledge, I went to lots of courses. I went to really dug into the figures. Also bearing in mind, when I was having a home salon, even though it was exclusive, I always worked with staff. So at least had one or two people still working with me. So it wasn't
on your own.
no. And also we were building the house, and we built a purposeful salon attached to the house. So it wasn't reclaimed garage or my front living room. It was a purpose built. So when we built the house, we knew we were going to have a salon in there. So my salon was 6 meters long and 4 meters wide, which is a big salon. That small salons are there's a lot of small salons. My first salon was smaller than my salon at home in Australia.
Wild. So you built your house
around
to
the salon.
have a salon in it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because I thought that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be exclusive. I'm going to be do all that until I've got ADHD. I got bored, so I wanted something else.
How boring.
I know.
And then, so obviously all of this wonderful experience amalgamates into mixed in with your perfect 7 spices of ADHD and all of a sudden where and then now you've obviously expanded with all of this experience into consulting.
Yes. So
Coaching,
consulting, helping other salons. Yeah. Now, I'm a giver by nature. So I always want to give, and I give a lot. And that's the problem. I give a lot of my knowledge away. And people have always said, oh, you should do this. You should be a coach. You should be a teacher. You need to teach. And it's something that had to grow. Yeah. Because I love hair so much. I've always been able to go to friends who have a salon and say, oh, yeah, let me help you. And then I was like thinking, but why am I doing all this for free?
I know. I mean, I've already tried to invite myself to your retreat that you're doing with your staff. I'm like, hey, how many spaces do you have?
And this is it.
My team.
This is it. And people follow what you do, don't you? Like we're going on
see good ideas.
Yes, exactly right.
And you want the same for your team and your people, and you're like, hey,
absolutely.
Wait a second.
Yeah, exactly right. And so then I started to really put it all into bite-sized pieces. And before I knew it, I had this amazing product that I could sell. So then I became my worst critic. And that's when we talking about probably in a future episode about imposter syndrome. You know, so all of a sudden you've had all these people saying, oh, you should do that. But then you all of a sudden think, oh my God, I'm not good enough to do this. What if I fail? What if what if people catch me out? What if people think like, oh my God, that's not how it is or whatever? Well, I'm only telling you my story.
Well, and not only that, it's not the story that other people see of you.
No.
Just because that's the way that you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
What I see is 30 years of it, global experience. It's running a successful salon. It's kicking butt, and it's a lot of tools and systems that have already been built.
Yeah, correct.
Ready to go.
Yes.
Right? Give me a cheat sheet. Let's go from there.
And that's exactly right. And I think a lot of coaches as well, they teach from a piece of paper and it's a one shoe fits all. Rather, they have been already out of the industry for quite a few years, so they don't understand the industry now. And I feel like I am still in contact with quite a lot of coaches as well. The people who are doing really well still have their salons right now.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you can't be a successful salon coach without having a salon, but they live it. And for the moment, everything is changing so fast that if you're not living it, by the time you get the whispers and the story, you're so far removed from it that you can't actually teach. You can't relate to it. You can't relate to it. It's hearsay. Yeah. And they have a lot of clients, and my clients tell me, but how are you going to fix it? How are you going to actually fix it?
Because you haven't had to come up with your own solutions yet.
Yes, you haven't. Yeah. And the solutions that worked 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we all had COVID. We know how a different shift that brought to the hairdressing industry. And now we are going into a different shift where we had this notion of hairdressers starting their salon after COVID or just at the end of COVID, of having that life balance. And now the going is getting tough. We have 28% of salons that going under
Isn't that crazy?
28%.
That's so sad. That's 28% of people's dreams and hopes, and all the people who are like, I'm just going to.
They've been sold a false dream by a lot of coaches.
tough economy.
Absolutely. Exactly right. They've been sold a dream that, if you want life balance, if you want to, you can say no, you can do, you
What
can.
a crock.
Yeah. I'm sitting here,
Yeah.
because I've worked my booty off, not because I've been always work-life balance. It's if you have a salon and you want to work less and you think you're going to work less, you think you're going to start reigning in the money tree is going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
still gonna work.
You got to work really,
You're not
really
sitting
hard.
You were sitting in Bali for 6 weeks.
Well, not 6 weeks,
Sorry,
but
4 weeks? Was it 4?
Yeah, just under, But I've worked 30 years to achieve that,
Yeah, but you have to put the systems in
That's
place
exactly
in
right.
your salon so that it can survive without you
Yeah.
for that 4 weeks, so you can go live in Bali.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, how can you have a small business, a small salon? Well, you buy a big one and you let it run itself, and you soon have a small one.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work on by itself.
No.
Yeah. So you need to know that if you are a salon owner now, it's no more time for that work-life balance. It's not. If that's what you're chasing, it's not going to help you. Now you're going to have to go and grind down and start working extra and hard to get out through the noise of social media, get out there through the noise of online presence, get out there and make sure that everybody knows you are amazing all the time, constantly in people's faces to make sure that you get those people coming in. Because I see it all the time. You go on those Facebook groups and they say, I haven't had a client the whole week. I'm not having any clients.
Sad.
It's very
Heartbreaking.
sad. But then I'm like thinking, where do you think they're going to come from? People have choice. And if you're not going to be working on those emails, those marketing, all that sort of stuff, they're not going to come back because they have choice. And the person who screams the loudest for the moment is going to win.
Yeah. The fallacy of a free ride's over.
Yeah,
right?
that's correct.
And not only that, I've obviously been in the industry, not for a huge amount of time, but enough for a little bit of exposure into things. And one thing I find fascinating is how people sell this dream that you have a salon and I'm going to go put systems in place in your business and you can walk away forever and just like... No. Is that how global CEOs live? Because I've seen the biggest company and I see their CEO in their business every single day.
Yeah.
Where do you think they're going? They're not
exactly. They don't strike $1 million bonus
and walk away.
And say, I'm
done.
But what might happen is that actually the business owner is sitting at home because they have hired the correct people in order for them to run their business. But...
you got to get the people.
You got to get the people, but you also have to have a certain amount of people in there who can carry that. Yeah. You can't just have a salon with 2-3 people and say, I'm going to go I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to go and travel Europe for 6 weeks. That's not going to happen. You need to make sure that you've got enough staff to carry a business like that. But we are talking to salons who've got small salons. We're talking to a salon with 1 or 2 people in there. So they have to do. They are the one that are struggling. Those are the most 28%. The high rent
struggling to grow.
Yeah. The high rent salons. The salons who are struggling to grow to that next level because they have got so many overheads and they can't get the volume in that they need to cover those overheads.
Yeah.
And that's reality.
That is reality.
And this is where they either have to, and they have to step back. They have to step back to who are they? Yeah. Are they going to be a high-end salon? Are they going to be a middle-class salon that is fast-paced and charge less but more clients? This is where you have to feel where you're going to sit in.
Yeah. It's one of those things, right?
Yep.
You either make money through volume or through price.
That's exactly right. So that's why we're doing another podcast. So we're doing another podcast because we want to tell our story. Now you have a bit of a story to tell as well. So you are a salon owner, but you're not a hairdresser.
Not a hairdresser. No, I was in the beauty industry when I was 15. I was one of those kids that got to the point where school wasn't for me. And I was just way too restless. And so I decided to go funny enough, my mum got me the job with a small little salon, and I fell in love with the industry, quite frankly. That was, I enjoyed going into work every day. But then there's the part where, why do I work so hard when I can go to corporate and earn decent money without having to get the back pain and the shoulder pain? And I think my little 16, 17-year-old body was already getting shoulder pain in my, I mean, even our beds back then, so we didn't have the electric beds, and it was whoever's bed in that room at that height. So if you're like waxing or, you know, filing or whatever, you're at that, you know, what are you going to do? Excuse me while I just tip the bed upside down.
It's not going to happen, is it? No.
Yeah. So, you know, it's not exactly ergonomically friendly every time you walk into a different room.
And it's the same with hairdressing, isn't it? It's hard work. It's hard yakka. It's you know, it's not easy on your little body. And like you say, and this is why I think we have so many people that we lose in the industry, because we are making so much damage to our body, our backs are, you know, standing up. We have one day where we have 4-day week in the salon, and one day is 11 hours. If you're fully booked and you're running behind, you stand up for 11 hours, you know? So,
and if you're lucky, some days, if you've planned yourself properly and all the rest of it, you're getting breaks.
Yeah.
But that perfect world
you're
doesn't
a hairdresser.
always happen.
No, and I've had staff before, and they say, "Oh, we have to book in a break." Yeah, we do. We do book in a break. We always, you know, you can have a break. Nobody's saying you can't have a break,
but you fall behind.
You fall behind. You look at the time and you did. I put too many foils in there. I'm going to run behind.
Yeah.
And then,
or you end up talking too long or whatever, but you pay for that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we also pay for our lunch breaks, by the way, in the salon. We pay for lunch breaks. So if you don't get it, you don't feel like you're missing out. Yeah. So I feel as a hairdresser, as much as if you do put a lunch break in, how often do you take your lunch break? Yeah. I want to count that. Yeah. And I think a lot of hairdressers who have got breaks booked in do not take their breaks, so therefore we've made a system where we have a paid lunch break. So if you do run over, at least you're not having to go, oh well, she got an extra half an hour out of me or whatever. No, that's not how that works. You didn't get your lunch break. You're not going with that. Yeah, you're not going with that. However, if you do get your lunch break and you have the luxury of taking a proper lunch break, then it's on the house. Yeah, it's cheers. Yeah, so then you don't. And if you finished, then go home early. Yeah, you know. Cool. So. You know, it's hairdressing. Yeah, it is not. This is exactly right. Perfect. And again, if you're a plumber or an electrician, you can say, all right, I'm going to take a break now. I'm going to have my sandwiches. I'm going to have my lunch right now, and then I get back to it. But we are not in a position to do that. We can't say, oh, well, I'm going to leave my bleach on an extra half an hour and then I come back to it. It's just not going to happen.
It's a good way to get yourself a nice lawsuit.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly right. So yeah, and this is back to that medical, you know, not good for the body, and charging our worth and being of value, you know, for ourselves. So we don't have the people like yourself who leave the industry
so young.
Yeah, so young, who then have nothing to go back to. Then they have a degree that they can't use. They hate hairdressing because they've had a salon that didn't appreciate them, and then they have to go off and they end up working in a bar. Yeah. No, and there's nothing wrong with that. But but that's what happens a lot in the industry that we can see.
Yeah, and to be fair, in my mind, I've always thought, well, it's something I can always go back to.
Correct.
What I wasn't expecting is beauty has gone, like everything has pivoted now. Like I can't, if I were to go back into the beauty industry now, I would have to reskill completely into electrolysis, into everything, right? Yeah. It's not the same. No. I enjoyed my corporate time. So I obviously had my family network, work commitments, and I've grown a lot in the time. I really have enjoyed being in corporate. So it's not that. Like you, I've probably got undiagnosed ADHD and I just can't sit still anyway. So, as you know, I'm a foster carer. I juggle so many different things and I keep adding to my pile.
As you do.
So why not go buy a business?
Yeah. And do you find your corporate background helps you in the a salon?
100%.
Yeah.
I've learned so much.
Yeah.
I've come through admin type roles, and now I work for the chief of staff doing project management on a various different projects, some hush HR projects, some really difficult ones. And sometimes my most recent one is helping fix a business account. So just putting a project in place,
There you go.
few
That's what you need.
systems, and run it to health.
I think one of the problems that we have as well is that we as hairdressers are a very creative type.
Yeah.
So therefore running a business is not something that we do, right? So we are good on the floor and we think, oh my God, I make my boss so much money, I'm gonna go and do it myself. So then they go and start a salon, but all of a sudden
Doesn't
they
make dollar
realize
and cents.
doesn't make exactly right. So therefore we should learn to run our salons like corporate businesses.
Yeah.
And if we run our salons like corporate businesses, we will also get the respect of the industry, and therefore people will value us better as well. But you have to have all your systems into place to do that.
Yeah, definitely. There's no quicker way of learning what governance you need to implement into a business than seeing a business who doesn't run very well, and you can quickly find out why.
Yeah, exactly
It's
right.
Not always rocket science,
No.
but to someone who doesn't know,
They don't know. You
don't
don't
know.
know what you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. And it's sometimes you walk into a business and you're like, oh my God, I'm not surprised it's running the way it is.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you start talking to and putting those simple basic steps into place, they
Fill the gaps.
Yeah, fill the gaps. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And also, like you say, start making them think you're not a creative person anymore. When you do your stuff in front of the chair with your client, be creative. Absolutely. But then as soon as that door closes, you're the CEO of your business.
You need a different hat.
Yeah, different hat. Yeah. And if you don't know how to wear that hat, your business in difficult times will not survive.
yeah. This is why people like you are around.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah. Exactly right. Yeah. And that's why I want to share my story. And that's
Yeah.
where it comes down to why another podcast? Well, because I feel like we've got so much to live, but we also want to share, but we also want to make sure that people feel what we feel.
Yeah.
Like we feel it, we understand it, we know it. And again, when people are going to listen to us, we want them to go, oh my God, that's what I'm going through. This is what
100%.
I have gotten myself into so much trouble or things like that. So we want to make it quite relatable. It's not going to be a podcast going, oh yeah, today I want you to implement this and this and this. We want to talk about, well, this is what the situation that we were in.
You're not
And
alone.
yeah, you're not alone. And this is kind of how we navigated it, or that's what we do, or we make you feel good about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's important.
some wine.
Yeah, cheers to that. Have some wine.
I hope that this was all very relatable for the journey that everyone's on. Wherever you are on the journey, I think that, there's something that we can relate to and take from. And
That's exactly right. And give. So
And give.
Yeah. Exactly right. So yeah, so this is our first episode. Oh my God, I can't believe it's real now. We're doing it. So bear with us. We are having a lot to learn.
Yes.
Yeah, you will find that in some of the
it's
next.
not going to be polished.
No, it's not. No, not all the time. In our next episode, and we hope we bring some value to you. But not only that, if you like what you're hearing, please give us a little like and subscribe to us, because we want to make this a success, and we won't be able to do it without you guys. So thank you for listening.
Thank you for your time.
See ya. Bye.